With Space Jam 2: A New Legacy only a month away, we've finally been given our second trailer for the film. As expected, it's loaded with some brand new character moments, great plot hints, and of course, an acme load of Easter eggs and cameos. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking it all down. There's plenty to cover here, so let's get into it. Before we do though, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all the cartoon news. The trailer opens up with essentially a recap of the first one. LeBron's son, Dom, goes wandering off during a tour of the Warner Brothers studio and ends up getting sucked into the studio's vast server, known as the Serververse. As LeBron follows him, he's sucked in as well. Here, LeBron and Dom come face to face with the film's main antagonist, LG Rhythm, a rogue AI played by Don Cheadle, who challenges LeBron to a game of basketball, the only way to win his son back. Again, while most of this is the same, part of this interaction is slightly different, and we do get a few new shots, including these couple of Dom being suspended in some kind of electric force field, and this one of hundreds of LG Rhythms guarding the Serververse, showing that this threat may be larger than expected. Taking up Al's ultimatum, LeBron is shot through the Serververse past various worlds. We don't really see anything new here, just what was previously on offer. There's Oz in the top left, next to the Noir world, featuring segments from classic films, The Maltese Falcon and Casablanca. There's Matrix world in the top right, and next to that, Westeros from Game of Thrones. I was really hoping we'd get a look inside some of the worlds this time round, but sadly we don't. I was really hoping we'd get a look inside the DC world, particularly as some recently released merch revealed that LeBron and Bugs will be dressing up as Batman and Robin sometime during the film. But not seeing much of this element of the movie just means there are plenty of surprises left for the cinema. The first land that LeBron lands in is of course Toonland, the home of the Looney Tunes. Here we get a really fantastic overview of the land, which is absolutely loaded with classic Looney Tunes cartoons references. Overall, the land is designed similarly to the incredible backgrounds Maurice Noble produced for numerous Chuck Jones cartoons. In the bottom corner, we can see Planet X, the home of Marvin the Martian from Duck Dodgers in the 24.5th century. To the right, we can see the Wagnerian setting of Jones's classic Bugs and Elmer cartoon, What's Opera Doc. Right next to it, we see a mansion, which is quite reminiscent of the one seen in classic Daffy Duck short, His Bitter Half. Next to that, we see a western town, reminiscent of those seen in many Yosemite Sam cartoons. Just a little to the right, we can see Foghorn Leghorn's barn sitting above the basketball court. Even further to the right, we can see a Mexican village like those seen in various Speedy Gonzales cartoons, and to the far right is of course the Midwest setting of the classic Roadrunner and Wile E Coyote cartoons. On the left we can see what looks like a red Eiffel Tower, perhaps a reference to the French skunk Pepe Le Pew, though we've heard he won't be appearing in the film. And a little further to the top left we can see the Acme Factory, the place that makes all of Wile E Coyote's crazy contraptions. Flying above the land is one of Marvin the Martian's spaceships too, and although he isn't personally seen in the movie, he did make his first appearance on a poster released just yesterday. So never fear, our favourite Martian will be here. As LeBron lands in Toonland, he discovers he's been transformed into a toon and comes face to face with Bugs Bunny. Again, this is a segment that we saw from the previous trailer. What is new, however, is this short bit of LeBron seemingly excited to see Bugs, a far cry from Michael Jordan's reaction from the original. Here we have another fantastic reference to Chuck Jones's classic hunting trilogy of films, most particularly Rabbit Fire, where Bugs and Daffy try to convince Elmer that it's the season to hunt the respective other, tearing through a series of signs in doing so. We can even see here that a bunch of signs have already been ripped off. We see a few clips inside the spaceship, seemingly where LeBron winds up with the Toons. Bugs is of course piloting the ship whilst wearing Marvin the Martian's helmet. Also, part of the ship's control system is a purple basketball, which I think is a nice touch. We again see LeBron on board with all of Bugs' Toon pals, including Lola, Yosemite Sam, Sylvester, Tweety, Tweety, Foghorn Leghorn, Gossamer, Granny, Porky Pig, Speedy Gonzales, Taz, Roadrunner and Wile E Coyote, Elmer Fudd, and of course, Mr. Bossy Pants himself, Daffy Duck. We get a repeat of the Daffy and Sam gag from the first trailer, where Daffy asks Sam to shoot the ball and he whips out his pistols. Again, fans are very happy to see Sam with his guns again after a recent controversy saw them taken away from him. A new small clip also sees LeBron briefly interacting with Lola, and we get another soundbite of Zendaya as the new voice of her.
We'll get your son back. I promise.
Of course, in a small ESPN promo dropped only a few days ago, we got our first substantial listen to Zendaya in the role. And while, again, this has been a source of controversy for some reason, I think she sounds absolutely fantastic. We then transition into a whole chunk of the trailer which takes place during the main basketball game, revealed to be called Dom Ball. We see LeBron changing back into human form, while Bugs and the Toons turn into CGI creatures. One thing I didn't notice the first time round is Bugs is in the classic Space Jam Toon Squad uniform, showing that the events of the first Space Jam haven't been retconned as many feared. In the background, we can even see Marvin's classic spaceship, the Martian Maggot. There's a great clip of Daffy reveling in his new look, remarking that he looks expensive. While this wasn't in the original trailer, it was featured in a TV spot promo recently. Likewise, we get a great montage of the Goon Squad, including Anthony Davis as the Brow, Klay Thompson as Wetfire, Nneka Ogwumike as Arachnica, and Diana Taurasi as White Mamba. A great gag which features Arachnica squishing Tweety on the court is also repeated from a previous TV spot. This is absolutely in the style of a classic Looney Tunes gag, much like the hilarious one of Wile E Coyote being sucked into an Acme multiplayer with hundreds of duplicates being shot out. The traditionally silent Coyote holds up a bunch of signs as he flies through the air to express his inner thoughts, again much like in the classic cartoons. To punch it out, the Roadrunner rams through and cleans them all up in his Acme court buffer. There's some fantastic new looks at our Looney heroes who are all looking better and better each time we see them, including a great moment between LeBron and team coach Daffy, as well as one with him, Tweety and Elmer, which we've previously received as a still. There's Daffy and Bugs on the sidelines looking unconfident with their game performance, Wile E Coyote delivering a wink to the camera. Can we just stop and appreciate the detail in the character fur here? Okay, I think that's enough before it gets weird. Roadrunner running literal rings around the Goon Squad, LeBron and Bugs celebrating perhaps a big win, Lola tearing up the court with the ball, and likewise Taz doing so too. There's plenty of great moments with LeBron and the Toons in the locker rooms, again much of it we have seen previously, such as the King giving an inspirational speech while Granny pours herself a martini. There are some new moments here, including Lola and Bugs trying to rally Toon morale. We get to hear a brief bit more of Zendaya as Lola, while Bugs whips out an Acme pen and proclaims, "If we're going out Looney." And one of my favourite moments of classic Looney tunery, Wile E Coyote with a burning butt cooling off in the ice buckets. We also get some great moments with LeBron and his family here, and again discover that LeBron and those on the court are separated by a force field. Most interestingly though, there's a shot of Dom in the Toon Squad outfit, where previously we've only seen him in the Goon Squad outfit, showing that he'll likely switch between teams depending on who's taking the lead. I can almost guarantee that there will be multiple matches in this movie, especially considering some of these scenes take place during the day and some take place during the night. Either that or this is a super long game. Of course, there's plenty of great cameos at the game that can be seen, though not really many that we haven't seen previously. We see Kong and Iron Giant giving a massive fist bump, we get another very clear look at the Animaniacs, Wacko, Yakko and Dot, and of course George Jetson and Jane, his wife, looking down on the game. A later shot sees a whole bunch more, including our best look yet at Penelope pit stop in her car from Wacky Races, a bunch of Slytherin Quidditch players from Harry Potter, and Alice in Wonderland standing next to an Amazonian warrior from Wonder Woman and a group of 1920s film starlets. Another shot sees a bunch of warriors from 300, Warboys from Mad Max, and Lion-O and Chitara from Thundercats. And yet another shot gives us our best looks yet at a rogues gallery of villains, including Jim Carrey's The Mask, a monkey from The Wizard of Oz, a White Walker from Game of Thrones, and some Batman villains such as 66 Penguin, 92 Penguin, and 97 Mr. Freeze. There's also some Hanna-Barbera guys here like Fred Flintstone's Work Dinosaur, Magilla Gorilla, and Captain Caveman. Egoog, Gleep, and Gloop from Hanna-Barbera's Herculoids appear here alongside Jabberjaw, as do 66 Batman, Robin, and Catwoman. I believe the first time that Batman himself has been seen in these trailers. 89 Joker is of course here as well. And I think that just about rounds it up. While this trailer gives us a few more reveals, I still feel like there's so much left to show us. Again, we haven't delved into those other worlds just yet, and I feel like there's more to these basketball games than we've been led to believe. There really is so much more that we're not seeing here, and it's just making me more and more excited. I can't wait to dive right in when Space Jam 2: A New Legacy lands on July 16. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the biggest cartoon news, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more regular installments like this. And if you're keen on diving deep into the history of all your favourite animated characters, don't forget to check out my continuing Cartoon Evolution series linked at the end of the video. And at that, I'm passing the ball to you. Are you getting hyped for Space Jam 2? What was your favourite moment in the new trailer? Fire away down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.